This is the Friday, August 7th, 2020 edition of the Dark Illumination Report podcast. And on today's podcast, I'm going to be answering the question whether demons and angels are the same.
This is a Dark Illumination Report Extra with RJ Womack.
Everybody, thanks for joining me for this episode of the podcast. On this podcast, I'm going to be answering the question whether demons and angels are the same. Yes, you heard that right. Whether demons and angels are the same, or whether it's okay to worship and work with both of them. Yes, I've answered this question many times, and this shouldn't even be a question asked on this show. The answer is no. They're not the same. Worshiping them and working with them is not okay in diabolism, and I can't believe there are people out there who actually ask this question. They are the same in the sense that they are the same species of entity, but they are not the same in the sense that they like each other or are compatible with each other. People that preach this idea or believe this idea are, how should we say this? They're occultists who read a lot, don't practice a lot, and have copied what they've heard other people say, at least in my opinion. Now, let me be clear. I am not saying that I know everything there is to know about the occult. I am not saying that I'm an expert in the occult per se, especially when it comes to ceremonial magic, because as I've pointed out before, I don't really care that much about ceremonial magic. I'm more of a folk magic sort of person, and I really don't care that much about it, never have. I've always found it kind of interesting, always looked at it more as a curiosity, but never really gave a damn about it as a serious practice. Because I find it full of people who are just talking, not practicing. People that are full of ego and not actually doing anything of substance. So I don't really pay a lot of attention to it. And one of the biggest things I find in occultism is that people tend to read books by other people. They tend to parrot what they read. They tend to rewrite books that basically say what other people have said, and very few of them have actually practiced. Very few of them actually practice the religion or the practices they claim to practice. So that's my opinion on that. And honestly, as I've said on this show many times as well, both Donald Michael Craig and Donald Tyson, who are both well-known authors, say that the people they know, they've known people that don't actually practice, that write books on practicing magic. So I think that's prevalent in the left-hand path. I've always said that. We'll stand by that. We'll stand behind my words and say that to anyone and almost to anyone's face. And I believe the majority of people that you deal with on the internet talk about being practitioners, but don't actually practice. And they'll mock someone like me for having a very simple kind of low magic practice, kind of folk magic practice, but at least I practice. That's the key phrase here, ladies and gentlemen. This podcast is for people who actually practice diabolism, who actually practice the satanic religion, not people that theorize, pontificate, and write academic articles about being a Satanist. It's for people that live it in real life, that actually practice and pray every day and apply it to their life and raise their children according to these principles and live their daily life and go to work and live by the principles they claim to believe in. If that's not you, this is not your podcast. All right, that's it for today, guys. Thanks. Sorry my podcast was a bit late. Had some work to do for my book, and I'm trying to get it up before midnight so I don't break my streak of doing a podcast every day, because I would be really disappointed. I hope that helps somebody. Take care of yourself. As always, remember to promote the podcast to anyone you think might be interested. And I thank you again for your support, and may Satan be with you. Take care, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Dark Illumination Report podcast. For the latest news headlines, show information, and more, go to rjwomack.com. That's rjwomack.com.